A Shaw Sports turf field embodies the pride, passion, and purpose of the modern athlete. It is the stage on which they pour out their very hearts and souls. It's more than winning or losing, more than home field advantage, more than face-painted fans or big plays. A Shaw Sports turf field is more than a field. Much more.
He's back, he's looking, still looking. He's going for the end zone. He's got Ertz. He's got a...
And in order to experience the pride that comes with keeping your field at peak performance, it's important to understand how to properly maintain it. A turf field of this caliber requires routine attention and care, especially if you want it to last. Surface maintenance is a necessary process in preserving your Shaw Sports turf field. Both the groomer and sweeper are crucial pieces of equipment when it comes to getting the absolute best out of your turf. Grooming the field. The groomer's role is to re-level irregularities within the infill and recondition turf field fibers by standing them up or altering the way fibers lay for better surface play. Regular and proper use of a groomer prevents increased fiber wear as well. Proper grooming techniques dictates that the groomer's brush be set down into the turf fibers, resting just on top of the infill surface, so that the brush may redistribute infill evenly as it moves over the field. For best results, always drag the groomer from one side of the field to the other, back and forth. It is also recommended that you change direction each time the field is groomed. Follow this same pattern when sweeping the field. Sweep as necessary and before grooming your turf field. As for grooming, follow a predetermined schedule to prevent unnecessary wear. Sweeping the field. The sweeper should be utilized as needed. It is designed to remove debris in the form of trash and organic matter, such as leaves. For heavy leaves or pine straw, we suggest using a blower prior to introducing the sweeper. Always avoid sharp objects or heavy rakes coming in direct contact with the field. When operating the sweeper, make sure the brush rests firmly on the surface of the turf field fibers so it doesn't dig into the turf infill. Much like the groomer, for best results, drag the sweeper from one side of the field to the other. Make sure to change direction each time the field is swept. Follow the same pattern when grooming the field. Sweep as necessary and before grooming your turf field. As for grooming, follow a predetermined schedule to prevent unnecessary wear. Regularly checking your infield's infill levels is important to assure a safe and efficient turf field experience. We recommend using an infill depth gauge for an accurate and precise measurement. A ruler can also be used. To properly use the infill depth gauge, loosen the knob at the base of the stem and push the center rod down, extending it beyond the base. Next, press the center rod into the infill until it comes in contact with the turf backing. Now, lower the gauge until it rests on top of the infill layer, being careful not to compress the infill layer. Finally, hold the center rod mark in place while removing the gauge from the field to view the measurement. Be sure to take at least 3 readings a few feet apart from one another before testing a different area of the field. Ideally, there should be 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of fiber standing above the infill layer surface. Repeat this action at various points across the field, paying careful attention to high-use areas. If you find there is less infill and greater fiber depth, be sure to add more infill. Infill levels can often settle after a field's installation, so it is imperative that you regularly check infill levels for the first 3 to 6 months after your field's installation. Routine inspection of your field's infill, while maintaining proper levels, ensures a safer playing surface and extends the overall life expectancy of the field. Seam repairs should be addressed immediately to prevent unsafe conditions and further field damage. Locate the seam and pull it apart to determine how long the separation is. If it's greater than 24 inches long, contact your Shaw Sports Turf Warranty Department. If it's less than 24 inches long, remove any infill or debris from the area before starting the repair. Once the area is clean, cut a piece of seaming tape slightly longer than the separated seam. Notice that the seaming tape has a smooth and rough side. Be sure to slide the seaming tape beneath the seam, rough side up, so that it will adhere to the turf backing once the adhesive is applied. After confirming that the seaming tape is flat and centered beneath the seam, apply a generous amount of premium PL adhesive to the seaming tape. Now, firmly press both sides of the seam down. Make sure that the seam is affixed to the seaming tape beneath, while applying pressure to the full length of the seam. This will cause the PL adhesive to form a bead that rises up between the two pieces of turf backing, creating a secure bond between the two edges, and forming a barrier that keeps infill out. Do not remove excess PL adhesive. Once the repair is complete, add infill back to the field fibers and measure for proper depth with an infill depth gauge or ruler. Then, make sure all fibers are standing up. When repairing a section of loose inlay, pull back the inlay as far as it will go without causing further damage. Clear the area of any loose fibers, infill, or debris beneath and around the repair. Once clean, apply premium PL adhesive to the area beneath the inlay. Then, carefully press the inlay back into position. Using an infill depth gauge or ruler, ensure the proper level of infill with the surrounding turf and that all fibers are standing up. Promptness is imperative when it comes to spot cleaning and stain removal on synthetic turf. This is crucial to avoid permanent staining of the turf fibers. Everyday stains caused by foods and beverages can be removed with most any common household detergents, or a solution composed of 3% ammonia mixed with clean water. When removing bodily fluids, such as blood or vomit from the turf, a disinfectant comprised of 1 part bleach and 9 parts water is recommended. Spray the solution directly on the stain, allowing it to sit for a minimum of 2 minutes before rinsing with clean water. If necessary, use a rag to wipe the surface down. However, be certain to only use white rags to clean your turf fibers. For oil-based stains, such as motor oil, grease, or hydraulic fluid, it is recommended to thoroughly blot the area with a clean white cloth. If need be, apply cat litter to the area to absorb as much of the remaining liquid as possible. Once this is done, be sure to contact your Shaw Sports Turf representative and/or a professional cleaning company for further instructions. For more information, please consult the maintenance manual provided along with the install of your turf field. It offers even greater detail on how to properly maintain your Shaw Sports turf field. Of course, if you have any questions or concerns not covered here or within your maintenance manual, please contact Shaw Sports Turf directly. When you invest in a Shaw Sports turf field, you can rest easy knowing that athletes are playing on one of the most capable turf fields available. Designed with top-of-the-line safety features and best-in-class quality construction, Shaw Sports Turf is a recognized leader in turf field development. That said, your Shaw Sports Turf field will always require regular and proper maintenance. That's why we're here, to help ensure your field remains as game-ready as it was the day it was installed, today, tomorrow, and for many triumphant seasons to come. Shaw Sports Turf, more than a field.